Much. Labor Secretary Lori Chavez-DeRemer joins us now. Good morning to you, Madam Secretary. You got to be pretty happy with the June report.
4 months in a row, we're excited about this. I think what we're hearing on the ground is Americans aren't tired of winning, yet we're going to continue down this road under the leadership of President Trump. He knows what he's doing. He's negotiated with, other countries. The tariff talks are working, and we're seeing it on the ground, and the numbers are proving to be just that, good for the American worker.
I wanted to pick up on something that Edward just reported then. He said that, look, nearly half the jobs added were government jobs at the state and local level. Is that something to be concerned about?
Well, that's something that we kind of touched on over the last few months, that closest to the people is best when we're talking about government jobs. We've reduced the federal jobs, and I'm not concerned at all. We're seeing the private sector tick up as well. That's been holding steady. This is a good jobs report, and it's positive, again, on the ground and for the American economy.
I also want to pick up on a story in the New York Times that reported that factories are having trouble filling 400,000 open jobs right now. This morning's report also shows manufacturing jobs were down another 7,000. Why do you think that is, and how do you solve it?
Well, that's been the focus of President Trump through the executive order. 1 million active apprentices across this country. I have been on the ground over the last 2 weeks talking to many of the American employers, many American workers on what's important to them. It's just that quarter turn, as I've mentioned, in upskilling and reskilling to make sure that we can focus on that. It's going to take some time. There's no doubt in my mind, but we're hearing on the ground the positivity, the certainty that this is all working for the American worker. I couldn't be more proud to be on the ground and talking to these businesses. We're seeing the change, the sea change, and we'll lean into this executive order and get those apprentices ready to go for the president so those manufacturing jobs do continue to move forward in a positive light.
One issue that we know is bugging the president daily, if not hourly, all the time, is higher interest rates. Are they hurting the job market? Because companies, they're reluctant to borrow at these levels, and therefore they're not expanding, and they're keeping hiring in check. Do you think that's true?
Well, capital outlays are important, certainly, to these business owners. The president, again, you just heard from Secretary Bessent in Treasury. I'm sure they're going to take another hard look at the feds to determine whether or not they're going to insist on lowering that interest rate so people can invest. It's that certainty that businesses need in order to make that capital improvement, those capital investments to their companies. I was just in Indiana. A 3-year-old company, 1,200 employees, the RV capital of the world, they're making those investments. They want to continue that job growth. So we're looking forward to that. I can tell you my colleagues on the Hill, my former colleagues, they should have some certainty today with this jobs report to get that bill across the finish line. This is an exciting time for Americans, and we need to double down on the president's leadership and continue down this positive road, and that's going to be passing that bill.
But the irony is that because this jobs report is stronger than was expected, the chances of the Fed cutting rates this month has basically disappeared. We'll think about September, maybe not September. So you're keeping rates higher for longer, unfortunately, because of this strong jobs report.
Well, certainly the economists, 66 out of 67 got it wrong. Americans are not buying what the media is telling them. They are seeing what's on the ground. They're seeing those investments. They believe in each other. They believe in their communities. And we're going to continue to lean in for that. And the president will take the charge on these Fed rates and see exactly where we need to be.
Very good. We'll leave it there. Madam Secretary, thank you so much for joining us this morning.